All right, guys, overall, best performance this year, obviously. I want to give the players credit. I asked them last Monday to stick together under adverse times. They did. Our coaching staff did a tremendous job coaching. We're not all the way there yet, but there are some tremendous improvements. On offense, 276 yards rushing. Tyron Davis had his best game, 135. John Emery was awesome, but I thought the offensive line was the MVP. No sacks. Did a great job. Cam Wire went in there and did another fantastic job. Give James Craig the credit. TJ Finley with an outstanding job of preparation by Coach Ensminger and the staff. Anytime you can walk in the office on the weekend, TJ is during the off season was studying his playbook, studying film. A tremendous young man. 17 of 21, 265, 2 TDs. I thought he played excellent. Terrence Marshall, again, 6 catches, 2 touchdowns, having a great season. 8 of 10 on third down. We said we want to improve on third down. We're 8 of 10. We want to improve on our goal line offense. I like the Bush push, man. That was one of my favorite plays. I wish we'd have had that in a little sooner. On defense, we scored another touchdown. Elias Ricks. We had 5 sacks, 3 by B.J. Ojulari. Overall, best performance on defense, but still not enough. We still have some work to do there, especially in the coverage aspect. Trey Palmer on the kickoff return, 93 yards, the first one in a long time. So excited, no punts, and Cade yards, 7-8 field goals. So overall, our best performance. Okay, now going on to Auburn. Auburn is a very good football team. As we know, Auburn and LSU is always a great matchup. Sometimes comes down to the last play. Sometimes it'll come down to special teams play, whatever it is. I have a lot of respect for Gus Malzahn and his offense. The things that he does can give us problems. It already gave us problems this year. And I know that we're going to have our best game on defense this year to be successful at Auburn. The offense is led by Bo Nix. He's a runner. He's a dual threat quarterback. Tank Bigley is a strong, powerful runner, number 4. I love Tank. We recruited him. I love his mom and dad, great people. I'm glad to see he's having success. He's a tremendous young man. Seth Williams is big and tall, number 18, and Anthony Schwartz is a world-class 100-meter guy. Auburn always has speed. On defense, a lot of respect for Coach Steele. Coach Steele and I work together over here. He's an excellent coach. He had an excellent game plan against us last year. In fact, Auburn played the best defense that we saw all last year. 4-man front, 4-3. Owen Popo, who we recruited here, is an outstanding linebacker. Zacoby McLean, outstanding linebacker, strong up front, press coverage. It's going to be a challenge. Any questions?
Coach, with another impending hurricane possibly this week, any changes to your practice schedule, and just what does it mean just to play for the state of Louisiana, with so many people trying to recover from a hurricane still?
You're always going to think about praying for the people in Louisiana first, no question, and then the safety of our young men, the safety of our coaching staff. But we have an indoor practice facility. If we can practice, we're all going to practice. If we can't, we can't. I'm just going to listen to what they tell me. And hopefully that we can prepare. I'm sure that when the hurricane hits, we're going to all be safe and sound. And hopefully that it doesn't affect our preparation, but it's about our safety first.
Coach Ryan Hennessy, WBTM NBC 13 in Birmingham. This matchup, Bo Nix, one more year in his belt. He's a sophomore now. Seth Williams, you kind of talked about that connection. They've had their ups and downs, but last week you saw that game. They came back at the end and won. How important is it to make sure that doesn't happen against you guys? Because it seems like that's his number one guy to go to.
Yeah, well, I have to know where Seth's at all the time. He's a big, tall receiver. We have some good corners. That's why you come to LSU. You play the elite. So, you can't always double them. You have to win some one-on-one matchups. They're going to win some. We're going to win some.
Coach Jamarcus Fitzpatrick with KELB in Alexandria. Alongside Terrace Marshall, you have a receiver in Jeray Jenkins, who's right now averaging like 18 yards per catch. Just talk about how big it is to have a receiver like that to complement Terrace with the way he's playing as well.
No question. He has done a tremendous job. He is one of our most improved football players. He has come here and done a tremendous job. I'm so happy about what he's doing. And I think we need to get him the ball more. I know he represents Alexandria. I know he represents that area. He's very proud. He's a great young man, and I'm happy for him.
Hey, Coach, this is Shay Dixon with 24/7. Obviously, Finley praised Insminger in the game plan after the game, but he also gave some credit to Russ Callaway for kind of prepping him for what the defense would throw at him and things like that. How big has he been for the development of Miles and the two young guys?
Yeah, here's what happened with Russ. He's an analyst, and he can't coach any of the players, but he does prepare all the stuff for Coach Insminger. He prepares what they may see. He prepares the PowerPoints, and then Coach Insminger is the one that does it. So Russ is in the background, does a tremendous job, and he's a great young coach.
Hey Ed, Wilson Hunter from the Advocate. Just what's the status of Dare Rosenthal right now?
Dare is suspended from the team indefinitely. I don't know when he's going to be back. That's it.
Hey, Coach, Ed in New Orleans. How's everything going?
Good, man. Good to see you, Ed.
We hear that there's a chance that Miles might return this week.
Yeah.
Can you update us on that? And one other thing, do you think that it was necessary to make a renewed commitment to the running game based on what you did last week?
The night and day difference. We have to run the football, especially on first down. And I thought our offensive line had their best game. That helped pave the way for TJ's success. We couldn't put it all on his shoulders. Miles is going to practice a little bit today. Jack is going to get him accelerated throughout the week. We're going to see. I don't know yet if he's going to play. He may play. It all depends how practice goes this week. But, we're only going to do about 25% with him today, see what he can do, feel it. He's probably going to be sore, see how he goes throughout the week. If he can't play, obviously TJ has done a great job for us. Max is going to do a great job. I'm not putting him in unless he's 100% ready.
Thank you.
Hey, Ed, Brooks Canina from the Advocate. Kind of following up on that, is Finley kind of the role there for this week, I guess, if Miles can't go? And secondly, third downs, it seemed like you guys did, made those adjustments. I mean, what kind of did you see that, helped you guys fix that?
Yeah, they played a lot of man coverage for us. Coach Leonard had a great plan. I thought TJ did a tremendous job of delivering the football on time. I told you all he has a cannon for an arm. I was so proud, pleased with TJ's poise. He looked like a veteran out there. I think that's what made the difference in the football game. We're going to go ahead and practice Miles today, see what he can do. Him and TJ are going to share reps and Max. We're going to make a decision on a daily basis who runs with the first team. It depends on Miles' his health. If Miles is healthy, he's our first team quarterback, but I'm not putting him in unless he's 100%.
Hey, Coach. Bree Andrews from LSU Tiger TV. Performances this past week from TJ Finley, BJ Ojulari, and Elias Ricks, they're all true freshmen, which is really impressive. So how impressed are you with their performances, and where do you really see their future going with this team and forward?
Yeah, thank you for mentioning that. That's something that we pride ourselves here. We tell our freshmen and the guys are recruiting. I don't care if you're a freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, the best guy plays. And those guys have developed. Those are great young men. Does a great job recruiting them. And also Eric Gilbert. You look at the job that he's doing. So we're selling that to our recruits. If you want to play as a freshman and you want to have success, come to LSU. But I got to give credit to our coaching staff. They've done a tremendous job of preparing these young men, getting ready to play.
Hey, Ed, obviously it's no secret what Terrace Marshall's doing so far this year, but I guess just kind of, how have you seen him from, an injured freshman, through the last 3 years kind of develop into what he is?
He's turning into a team leader. He came to my office last week, Coach, who's going to be the starting quarterback, man? I want to know. I want to know who it is. And I told him my feelings and his feelings, they were right down the middle. I said, hey, let's see you this week, and let's pick it. And he came in my office Thursday morning. We talked about it. So he's become a team leader. He's vocal. He's a good young man. But now he's the leader. And he was in the background a little bit, and kept quiet and kept on. The big thing with Terrace was to get healthy. And now he's healthy. He's confident. He wants the ball, man. He comes off that field, Coach, I want that ball. So you want that in all receivers, so he's very confident right now and healthy.
Thank you. Hey, Coach. So obviously with Derek now gone, do you kind of expect that to be Cam Wire's job moving forward? And I guess just kind of what have you seen from him in these last couple of weeks?
I'm very impressed with Cam. We recruited Cam. He was probably about 270, 280. We knew he'd gain weight, but he had quick feet. He's gotten better and better and better, and he's playing pretty well right now. So, Cam is our starting left tackle. He's banged up a little bit also. He's got to stay healthy. And then if Cam couldn't go, we'd have to put in Charles Turner, would be our second team left tackle.
Coach, along those lines of the offensive front, 54 rushes this past week. Is that something that if TJ has to go again this week, that's something you want to use to kind of relax him there, to kind of open up the run game,
Yes.
to relax in the backfield?
Yeah, and most of those runs with RPO was a tag with it. And, the good thing about TJ, he's 6'6", and he sees it really easy, man. He can see that slant behind him. It's all built in. But if they give us a box where we can run the football, we want to run the football. We have to. Going into the season, I thought the backs were going to be the strength of our offense.
Hey, Coach, this is William with Tiger Rag Magazine. You rattle off a lot of positives that you saw from TJ after the game Saturday. When you looked at film Sunday and you saw the effort he gave on that interception and helped get that guy down, and that saved the touchdown and the 3-point field goal, but I don't know if it's something you can coach. The kid could have that kind of effort after a bad play.
Thank you for mentioning that. He has some fire in him, and he was fired up. He was on the sideline, let's go. And a vocal leader and a lot of things that Joe did, to be honest with you. And he showed some toughness. I got to work on his tackling a little bit. He gave kind of a shoulder tackle, but I love his effort. And you know what? TJ came alive, man, and it was his night. He'd been confident all week. He's been confident since he came here. Not cocky, but confident, and we love that about him.
Hey, Ed, the knock on LSU for so long was that they couldn't develop quarterbacks. Was it really more just a matter of running what they run in high school? You talked about the 7-on-7. Is that why we're seeing freshmen have success across the country and now here at LSU?
Yeah, no question. Running the spread offense. That's the way to go. It's here to stay. This basketball on grass. Put athletes in space. Let them make plays. Let the quarterback make decisions. Make the right reads. The thing that helps TJ is his length. That being 6'6", he sees over all those linemen. And he's got a cannon for an arm. He lost some weight. He's got quick feet. And he's smart. And he studies football all the time. And he's a football junkie.
Hey, Coach, 2 questions. First one, do you see where it would maybe make sense to not let Brennan play this week so he'll have that extra week off and get ready for late in the season?
No question. If he's not 100% healthy and there's any chance of injury, I'm not playing him. And TJ will be fine. And TJ and Max will do a good job. But if he's healthy, we're going to play him.
Okay, so the open week next week really doesn't have anything to do with your.
It's just a matter if he's ready to play. Glenn, at the point of the season, we got to do what's best to win the football game, and I can't think about nothing after but beating Auburn. So whatever we can do, whatever personnel we have to beat Auburn, that's what we're going to worry about.
And last question, couple of your really big plays in the game. What's it sound like out there with just 25,000? Do you notice it, or just what is it? What's it?
Yeah, it sounds like a spring scrimmage, maybe like a spring scrimmage, a okay spring game attendance, and there is some noise. I gotta give our fans credit. There was a lot more noise than the first game, but it's still never going to be what 102,000 are.
Hey, Coach, going back to Terrace Marshall for a second. It seems every game he's had 2 touchdowns at this point. What has been his biggest area of growth this year?
I think that learning all positions, we can put Terrace anywhere. He knows the offense. He feels confident. And being healthy, I think that's the biggest thing about healthy. But the yards after the catch, he catches that slant and goes for that touchdown and breaks those 2 tackles. I think that's where you see him making a bunch of improvement. He's always tall. He's a big target, has great hands. But yards after the catch has been tremendous for him this year.
All right, Coach. Derek Thomas with Baton Rouge Community Radio. I have a couple of questions. First off, offensively, talk about just the game that Ty Davis Price and John Newman Jr. had. I think that's the first game where the running game has just really been dominant.
Yeah.
And then secondly, defensively, talk about, with you being a defensive line coach, just B.J. Ojulari's 3 sacks, and also how you feel like Damone Clark's going to bounce back from this game.
Yeah. Well, you know, when I worked with Jimmy Johnson, he told me one of his secrets: get great players, and get great players and let them play. And I think those guys that you mentioned are great football players. Ty, I'm so glad to see Ty have success. He's a big, strong, agile running back. John Emery has been one of the best backs in the country coming out, both him and Ty. They work well together. I met with Ty last week. I promised he was going to have the same amount of carries as John. We're going to be equal. I thought they were equal in my mind, 2 first-team starters. So that worked out well. B.J. Ojulari, you know, is a 4.0 grade point average student. He's very smart, hard worker, 3 sacks, 3.5 sacks. But if you watch his sacks, man, it's just a relentless effort. So very, very proud of them. Damone has you know, it's his first time. It's his first time going out there. He has some improvement to make. But the good thing about Damone is I know he will.
Hey, Coach. Good morning. Jacques from Channel 9. Coach, the last time you went to Auburn, maybe the first really huge win of your career, right? They were highly ranked. You're a big underdog. You're losing by double digits. And the kick at the end, what do you remember about that day and your team coming through?
Relief. I was so happy that we won it. But you know what? It was a hot day. We went there. We went with a great mindset that whatever it took, we were going to win the game. I remember at one point in the game, Auburn had started running the football on us, and we had to fight back. And I remember that last drive, Stephon Sullivan making that play. And then when we put our kicker out there, I knew we was going to win the game. It was just a tremendous feeling, a feeling of relief. You know, there was a lot of stuff going on, and people were talking this, people were talking that. And I think that kind of quietened things down a little bit for us.
Hey, Coach, this is Shay with 24/7. You said you wanted a more aggressive, you know, attacking style defense, and right now, even in 4 games, you lead the SEC in sacks, tackles for loss, turnover margin, fumble recoveries. What have you seen from that group up front?
Yeah, I'm very, very pleased. It's the 4-3, man. You know, you're not playing 4 techniques. You got ends rushing wide. We got more athletic people on the field. It's LSU football. It's what I grew up watching. And you know, we did that at Miami. We did that at USC. And it was just time to go back to it. So I'm happy, you know, all those categories being +6, leading the SEC and all that stuff, but we're still 2-2. So, and we got to play better defense, and there's no excuse for it. You know, the offense to me is playing well. I was real disappointed in the 3rd down. I was disappointed in the goal line. We got that fixed. We got to get some stuff fixed on defense to get where we want to go.
If Finley had not played so well, would you be a little more rushed to try to get Miles back in?
No question. No question at all.
Can I have a follow-up, please?
Yeah. There's, you know, I think if Finley wouldn't have played well, Max would have went in. I think Max would have done fine. You saw him. He can do some things. He can run. He's smart. He can throw the football. So, yeah, but it does factor in that we don't have to rush Miles because we feel that TJ or Max can do a great job.
Okay, my other question. What was your reaction when Rick shot the deuces? And is he aware that could have cost him, could have negated the touchdown?
He was made aware by the head coach as soon as he got to the sideline, and I wasn't very happy about it. And I don't like him taking his helmet and celebrating with the crowd. He could have cost his touchdown. I don't think you're going to see that again. Now, he's a young kid. We got to coach him up, and I'm gonna give him a mulligan on that one, but he ain't getting a mulligan again.
We'll wrap up with Wilson and Brooks.
Hey, Ed, staying on the subject of Eli Ricks, obviously you want to correct that kind of behavior there as he returns the pick, but he's now got 3 interceptions this season. Is this the kind of player that y'all saw in recruiting, the reason you really wanted to get him, and how has he developed since he got to campus?
Well, you know, that's what he did in high school. I mean, he had picks and scored touchdowns, and he has tremendous ball skills. I've known Elias Ricks since he's 7 years old. Great family. He came to camp at USC, and that's how I made the connection with him and his family at camp. And we're so happy that he came all the way across the country to play here. And I do believe that Corey Raymond has done a tremendous job with him playing corner. There's some difficult decisions that he has to make. At the beginning, he wasn't able to make those decisions just because of experience. and now he's getting better. I think that you're going to see a young man get better and better and better and be one of the top corners in the nation.
Hey, you mentioned a little bit about Marshall earlier with this, but just seeing how many ways you got him the ball, different routes that you ran, sometimes in like those goal line third down situations. How multifarious can it be? How skillful can he be that you can use him in so many ways?
Yeah.
And do y'all find yourselves drawing up things for him like that?
Well, first of all, he's smart. He's smart and he gets it. He knows football. So, it's not like you need to leave him at one position and let him master that. He knows the whole offense. He probably could play quarterback. He has awareness level. He's very smooth, good athlete. So does it help? Yeah, it's like having 3 or 4 different receivers.
Coach, we got one more if you got a second.
Hey, Coach, this is Josh Sibley with Louisiana Gridiron Football. You mentioned that the offensive line was the MVP of this game. How much was Ed Ingram actually being back in the lineup an advantage for you guys this week?
Big advantage. And, we ran some gap plays, a power play where we pulled the guard. We had some double teams. We were knocking people off the ball. We were physical. We knew we had to be physical because we saw South Carolina out physical their opponents the last couple of weeks. And, man, that big block that Ed had, he pulled to his right, was really good. Good to see him. Yes, it made a difference. It made a difference on the goal line when our offensive line came off the ball in a surge, enabled us to get the points on the goal line or the 1 yard line. Like the week before, we didn't. So there was tremendous improvement.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys. Go Tigers.